Welcome back, everyone. Although China's birth rate seems comparably high to the rest of the world at 6, a little bit above 6, it is way lower than it used to be, and it continues to drop. This poses a big issue for China, who is technically still, at least in a lot of ways, a developing country. And so if they don't have enough workforce or enough replacement workforce, it's going to cause huge issues in the economy and, of course, worldwide, seeing as China is a big part of the world's economy. Because of this, they have rescinded the one-child policy, and now they're pretty much rescinding the two-child policy, and now they're saying, have them all. Have them all, please. Have all the children, even giving preferential treatment to some who have maybe above 4 kids or whatnot. They're also giving a lot of other benefits to people in certain regions, including, which I did not know this before the article, unmarried people who have children can now register those children as actual, real Chinese people.
Citizens,
or citizens of China, which gives benefits to, of course, the children who need healthcare, childcare, education, etc. So they are giving all these windows of opportunity for people to have more kids now. But unfortunately, it's not working so well. It might be too little, too late. And people, there's a lot of reasons they don't want to have kids. And maybe the one-child policy wasn't the only reason. Anyways.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. It seems like quite a turnaround. I remember when first coming here to Korea, discussing with some students, you know, the sadness of China's one-child policy and how it must be so sad to only be allowed to have one child. And look up where we are now.
0.6. But that's by choice. I understand there's a difference between only allowing one and able to have as many as you want, but choosing none. Why would China's population problem equal the world's problem?
Well, I'm taking my cue from the time when COVID was just starting to spread and all of the Chinese factories were shutting down. Suddenly, a massive percentage of all the products that we're used to constantly receiving and buying from China was stopped. And that caused all kinds of knock-on effects for other production processes that are connected to getting their materials or parts from China. And it had a huge impact on global industry. So if we assume they have less people, that means their production is shrinking, they're able to make less stuff, then the people that rely on them will be able to get less stuff. So yeah, we'll all be affected by that.
Pretty much sums it up. When you have such a large portion economy affecting the world, it's going to affect it well or unwell. Why do you think countries are having such low birth rates these days?
I don't know about China because I've never been there and I don't know what Chinese people are thinking about or discussing. But I think from Britain and Korea, to me it seems like we know so much more about what it takes to be a parent, what the dangers of being a bad parent, how much we can psychologically influence our children. I think, for my grandmother, when she was having babies, she wasn't really thinking about, what is the best way to raise my son? She was just going with what felt right. But I think everybody is very aware of psychology and parental influence, education systems. I think it's, when you understand what it really means to be a parent, it's terrifying. That's why I don't want to be a parent. That's my reasoning.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm capable of raising a perfect person. I'll damage them, and I don't want to damage a human being.
Yeah, there's a lot of woes, and I think some of them are a bit more on the pragmatic side. Just economy. Like, it's expensive to raise a kid. It's difficult. It takes away freedom. It takes away opportunity. It takes away all your money, a lot of your money. And it just has a lot of negative things attached to it in today's society, especially when the society you're in is already saturated with people and it's really hard to find a place for a new one. And so I think that's part of it as well. Once population is on a downward trend, maybe even a downward spiral, I think people will have babies again because the economy will open up for babies. Go ahead and look at that vocabulary down below or wherever it is. Just realize that. And hopefully you're able to study it and be prepared for a future that might have some issues coming out of China. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Window of opportunity.
Window of opportunity.
Cap.
Cap.
Exorbitant.
Exorbitant.
Preferential treatment.
Preferential treatment.
Woes.
Woes.